Hi, guys. Welcome back to another successful Saturday. I'm Sasha Green, and welcome back to another video. Okay, today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about persecution. Um, there's a lot of things that have happened to me in my life that caused me to believe that, I endured persecution. And all the saints may possibly endure persecution, but I wanted to share with you a little bit about what the Bible says about persecution. Okay, so I'm reading in Matthew, um, the fifth chapter and 10th verse, which says, Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be, I'm sorry, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Okay, so what is that saying? What is God saying here? He's saying that when you endure persecution for his name's sake, you're going to be blessed. There's a great reward that comes with persecution. Now, my persecution has to do with when I was falsely imprisoned. The reason why I say I was falsely imprisoned is because they took me to jail, even though they didn't have proof of the things that I was accused of doing. They even took my children away from me and did not have any proof of any of the things that they were saying, as far as my situation with my children, and they still took my children away from me. When they took me to jail, the police officers shoved my face into the glass. It hurt because I was shackled in chains where I couldn't move my feet or my hands, and so when they shoved me, I wasn't able to move. And they just shoved my face into the glass at the county jail. They also took all of my clothes away from me. And they gave me a jumper, but then they took the jumper back. So I was literally sitting in a cell with nothing on, no bra, no panties, nothing. All I had was a mat, and I would take the mat that you sleep on in jail and cover my body with it. They gave me a napkin, like a paper napkin to cover my body. And that's all I had. So that's, to me, is persecution, especially when you're in there for something you don't understand that you did wrong and you feel like you're being falsely imprisoned. And then from the jail, they sent me to a psychiatric unit. And I have been hospitalized over 8 times in my city where I live at. A lot of people don't know those things about me, but that's a real thing. Is they take your clothes away from you and they fight with you. Another time I was in prison, they stumped me. They stumped my stomach. I had just had my son that year in 2020, and they took their boot and they stumped my stomach. They like literally took their foot and stumped me, and then they knocked my hair off my head. I wore this beautiful wig, and they pushed me so hard that my hair flung off my head. And so it was pretty bizarre for me because I had never experienced anything like that. And I know that I'm a God-fearing Christian young lady. I go to church, I read sermons, I listen to worship music. I'm a goodly person, a godly person. And I just don't feel like those things should have ever had happened to me. I don't know who I would go to about that, since they are the police. They are the authority figures. They're the ones, they're lawmakers or whatever else they do. And these people hold a position of power. So what could I do to somebody who holds a position of power, and I'm just little old me? But I do want to share my story. I wound up getting out of that place and just getting a lot of therapy and focusing on my well-being and spending time with my children as much as I could. But it just goes to show that we suffer for his name's sake. And when we suffer for his name's sake, we are to reign with him. If we suffer with God, we're going to reign with God. I look forward to death. I look forward to death one day because I know that I'm going to receive God in a supernatural realm. And so that's just a little bit of my story that I wanted to share with you about persecution. Persecution is a real thing that happens all to us all the time. It may not be as bad as having, you know, being decapitated, having your head decapitated like they do over in, you know, those foreign countries, but it's still a real thing that exists even in America. All right, well, that's all I have for you today, guys. Until next time, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye. Bye, guys.